Hi, this is Jim Cramer with our energy expert Dan Dicker. Dan, last night on Mad Money we had David Demshur, who's a very smart man from Core Labs, does a lot of the science behind reservoir description and figures out how much oil is left.
Geologist, yeah.
Yeah, and he was talking about the idea that the depletion rates in the shale wells that we always talk about very, very fast, and the idea that the Saudis and the Russians can't keep pumping at this level. Too much water gets in the wells. He didn't mention Iran, but he's basically painting a picture of if demand continues to pick up as it has, then we could be back in a V form for oil by year end. What do you think?
Well, first of all, let's take a victory lap, because we've been talking about the depletion rates in shale wells months before Demshur came on air with you, and even months before Einhorn started talking about mother frackers, which were really all about when he was talking about that. He was talking about depletion rates. In a full chapter of my book, we did a number of videos here.
Shale Boom, Shale Bust.
Shale Boom, Shale Bust. I have a whole chapter on depletion rates and why the shale industry is a limited one. But if we circle back to Demshur's comments about the timing of when depletion rates start to kick in, I think he's wrong. And yes, part of the reason is that there are a number of core players out there who continue to have lots of areas of core to drill yet. Decades worth of areas. Talk about someone like an EOG or a Continental. These are companies that will not reach those depletion rate numbers in terms of their drilling plans for the next several years.
Now, that's important.
We want to talk about those that are reaching depletion rates quickly and are going broke, but we're seeing that the ones on the outside the core areas, they're having difficulty at this point. And we do, in some ways, part of my predictions in the book about oil going not to $80 like Demshur says he's expecting, or $70, but to $160 are based upon the fact that when that wall of production is reached, even though it's further out than he believes, it will be a very, very heavy, very thick brick wall that's going to be slammed into at rocket speed force and will catch the entire industry by surprise, much as the boom cycle, the bust cycle here has caught the industry by surprise.
And how about this idea that you can't keep pumping full out with no spare capacity and not having some damage done to the wells because of water?
Well, that's exactly right. There is quite what's happened in the industry right now, and which I talk about again in my book, is taking those very, very core, very, very high-producing wells and basically turning them up to 11.
Really? Okay.
That's a short-term fix for what is going on in the industry right now, and it's one that will run into, again, this production wall probably a lot sooner than most people think, but not as soon as Demshur thinks. I think his timing is very much, he's talking his book. He's praying that there'll be a recovery quicker than I believe there will be. So far, the timeline that I've laid out in my book has been 100% accurate. We called a double-dip recession in oil prices. We're getting it, basically. I'm saying that we won't see a new low in oil and that this is the last dip.
He's agreeing with that.
And this is the last dip to be had. But whether that translates into a recovery as soon as the fourth quarter of 15, I say no. It's
okay, thank you very much, Dan Dicker. Great comments.